Naruto, Sakura's 10 worst character traits, ranked. Sakura Haruno is Naruto's teammate and friend, but there were times when she was definitely on her worst behavior. In the Naruto series, Naruto Uzumaki may be the star, but this story is populated with a massive cast of diverse and heartfelt characters. Early on, Naruto was assigned to Team 7, alongside the prodigy Sasuke Uchiha and the passionate Sakura Haruno. Naruto quickly learned what kind of person Sakura is, and vice versa. They didn't get along at first. Fortunately, Sakura Haruno is far from a static character. Like Naruto, she rapidly grew up as a person and learned many valuable lessons along the way. By the series' end, Sakura had overcome many of her personal faults, but some still remained. From the series beginning to end, what are Sakura's worst personality traits and mental habits? 10. Sakura's minimal sense of humor makes her too serious at times. Like many other shonen series, the Naruto franchise makes plenty of time for humor, especially early on, but Sakura is in no mood for games. She can't stand Naruto's goofy antics, and she wasn't thrilled with Kakashi Hitachi's behavior at first either. There's nothing wrong with taking oneself seriously, but Sakura's total lack of humor may suggest that she's wound up a bit too tight. And she's only funny when manifesting inner Sakura, and she doesn't even intend inner Sakura to be funny. 9. Sakura's fixation on Sasuke Uchiha hindered her duties as a ninja. Over time, the relationship between Sakura and Sasuke improved, to the point that they mended ties and started a family together, including their daughter Sarada. But early on, Sakura's infatuation with Sasuke was problematic. Ninjas aren't supposed to have or act on crushes like this, and Sakura even sabotaged Team 7's performance by only acting in Sasuke's best interest and ignoring Naruto when he needed her. Kakashi was right to scold her about that. 8. Sakura was insecure about her appearance. It's understandable for someone Sakura's age to feel insecure about their appearance, but Sakura is a ninja, and her high forehead and relative lack of girly charm shouldn't be a concern for a shinobi. Sakura has a job to do. Sakura was miserable as a kid, even growing out her bangs to hide her forehead until Ino Yamanaka gave her some encouraging words. Later on, Sakura was using an awful lot of fancy hair products, something that Kintsuchi criticized her for. By now, Sakura has largely overcome these particular insecurities. 7. Sakura's unassertive nature kept her on the sidelines of battles at first. This is one of several negative personality traits that Sakura has overcome, and Hinata Hyuga has undergone a similar transformation. Early in the series, Sakura urgently wanted to impress Sasuke, but this desire rarely translated into actual results. Sakura often hung back as her squad mates did the fighting for her. And Sakura quickly realized that she was holding the team back, and that she wasn't nearly as gutsy as Naruto was. Even if Naruto was a buffoon, he was getting ahead, since he had the nerve to actually fight. 6. Sakura gets ahead of herself when it comes to boys her skills. Sakura knows what she wants, Sasuke's affection. But can she get it? Sakura underestimates the kind of work and effort and patience it takes to win someone's heart. And Sasuke is no ordinary catch. Sakura got way ahead of herself by throwing herself at Sasuke, and similarly, she falsely assumed that Naruto was inferior to her and acted accordingly. Sakura also thought that she could coast through the Chunin exams with her level of chakra control, but she was wrong. Time to slow down and reassess the situation. 5. Inner Sakura was formed out of her inability to express her feelings properly. Why did inner Sakura appear at all? Because Sakura had difficulty expressing her feelings and concerns properly. She struggled to open up to others, so she bottled these feelings up and coalesced them into inner Sakura. Overall, inner Sakura represents Sakura's worst side, being a brash and petty creature that lashes out at everyone. Over time, Sakura learned to cast aside this crutch, and she finally connected to her friends on an emotional level in a healthy manner. 4. Sakura's impulsive side leaves her with no time to think things through. Despite being an unassertive person, Sakura might still be impulsive at times, meaning she is assertive in the wrong way. Early in the series, Sakura was afraid to make any sort of move, and she shrank into the background until her frustration reached a boiling point. At that point, Sakura will snap out of her indecisive haze and make a reckless move. And sometimes, this just leads to more trouble. Fortunately, Sakura learned to be assertive and bold, rather than thoughtlessly impulsive. 3. She struggled with an inferiority complex as a ninja. Many of these issues and more led to Sakura developing an inferiority complex during her early days as a ninja. Before becoming a proper ninja, she felt insecure about her forehead, and once her career began, Sakura was aghast at her lack of progress. Sasuke and Naruto were leaving her far behind. Sakura did have some assets, such as her advanced intelligence, but she quickly developed a negative self-image and sometimes acted upon it. She felt like the dead weight of Team 7, and it took time for her to overcome these insidious feelings. 2. Sakura's short temper occasionally got the best of her. Some characters in this series are known for their rather short fuses, and Sakura Haruno is among them. She is perfectly capable of diplomacy and she can be patient at times. But when something annoys her, she's quick to erupt. Sakura's outbursts rarely do anyone any good, and they might distract her or at least make her look a bit unprofessional during a mission. Then again, anyone who has Naruto as a teammate will have their patience sorely tested. 1. Sakura's callousness went too far with Naruto for a time. This is another unsavory personality trait that Sakura grew out of. By the series' end, Sakura thought highly of Naruto and made her approval of him quite clear. But in the early days, Sakura treated him rather badly, and she failed to account for how much Naruto was hurting on a daily basis. Naruto already suffered from feeling alone and unwanted due to being a Jinchuriki, and Sakura harshly scorned Naruto in favor of Sasuke. She effectively told him, "Go away, weirdo. No one likes you," and that was the last thing Naruto needed to hear. Sakura's attitude improved over time, and she learned to be kind to Naruto, and Naruto appreciated it.